Okay, good morning, good afternoon. It's actually afternoon, it's not morning, shut up. Today we are replacing the condenser from the broken one, which is there. Yes, that top bit is not supposed to look like that. It's completely broken. And we have a nice new one. Look at that nice new one in the box. Obviously, first of all, you're going to have to excuse me because I've still got this nasty cold, which is really irritating. But again, thousands of people got it, so what am I complaining about? So, first of all, let's try not getting the light. This bolt and that bolt has to come off. This will come off. Obviously, you can see there's a little bit of a ding in it, so join me when I've got the intercooler off. Join me back here at my Landrover Freelander 1 Td4 2006. It's one of the last. I forgot to mention that there is a screw in here which needs to come out and a weird plastic thing down here at the end of the screw, down there, that also needs to come out. Let's see if we can get some light on it. Get some light, get a light. See, there we go. There's a screw right there. That I shall put the screw point to it. That there needs to come out, but just remember, just be aware, only the centre will come out, and then it's one of those annoying little pop-out jobbies. Really irritating. Obviously, there's one on the other side. I won't bore you with that, showing you how to get that off. We all know how to undo screws and bolts. If you don't, then maybe I'll show you later. Okay, join me back when I've got that bit off. There we go. Intercooler is out. And you can see now I have a lot of space. There's the original intercooler. I do intend to replace that with something bigger. But at the moment I haven't quite worked out what, and I haven't quite worked out the measurements. So, as you can see, we have a little green O-ring there, which will come out. Let's have a closer look at that. Let's see if we can get a light on that so you can see it better. See it? There's a little O-ring there, and there's one right down there. Now, to note, they are different sizes. Land Rover do stock them. They're not expensive. I paid just over £8 for both of the little bolts and the little O-rings. So that was from my local Land Rover dealership. No doubt you can get them cheaper aftermarket. Just be careful of some of the aftermarket cheap ones, because obviously, like everything aftermarket, they're not very good. So join me once I've got the new condenser out of the box and in place. Back in a minute. Okay, the intercooler, no, it's not the intercooler. Condenser is now in. As you can see, it's now bolting up time, and it's not going in. See, so it's all so now bolting it all up, pushing it back in. It looks very different from the original, so I don't know if that's going to cause a problem or not. So join me in a minute. Okay, hello again, once again. Hello once again. You join me back to my Land Rover Freelander Mark 1, and as you can see, one new intercooler, condenser, not intercooler. I don't know why I keep calling it a intercooler, because it isn't. Hardest part was, as this is an eBay special, doesn't quite fit like probably a Land Rover one would. What I had to do was this fixing down here, a little bit of jiggery pokery by loosening this one back off, wiggling it, and then bolting them in. The hardest part was, sorry, I got my finger in the way, this bolt here. Let's get some light on it. Can we get some light on it? No, we can't. Yes, we can. Right. There's a bolt there. You can just make it out in the light. As you can see, there is no gap. There's no space. Even if I go that way, there is no space. You cannot get a socket on it. So it was a case of battling it with finger until it was nice and tight, and then tighten it with a spanner. There's fixing points down there somewhere. Not a hope of getting to them ever. Not in a month of Sundays or weekend of a wet weekend. Not going to happen. But as you can see, it's reasonably solid. I don't think it's going anywhere. So there we go. That is replacing my condenser. I'm now going to refit, measure and refit the intercooler. So maybe join me back for that. Bye bye. And there we are. All the front all back together. Intercooler, but for the eagle-eyed viewers amongst you, you will have noticed that I did have to remove these two plastic side, whatever they are, so I don't know what they do. And they're annoying. But there we go, that's all completely done. Thank you for watching. Put some comments in the little squid pit box. Whether they're good, whether they're not, I don't mind. But all I will say is, if you do decide to think this is a load of trash and I should stop doing it and let somebody else do it, well, maybe come over here in Norwich and do it for me. Otherwise, have a nice day. Bye bye. Obviously, don't forget that once you've done it, you've got your intercooler pipe there that you're going to have to unscrew. So probably easiest to unscrew that is by taking the headlight out. I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to tell me a far easier way of doing it, but I found taking the actual headlight out was easier. So join me once I've got that off. Bye bye for now.